Tonight, perhaps the final chapter in the blockbuster legal saga between Amber Heard and Johnny Depp.
And then you punched him in the jaw.
I also did not do that.
Depp's attorneys telling NBC News Heard will pay $1 million in a settlement with her ex. The actress posting about the decision on Instagram, stating, "I defended my truth, and in doing so, my life as I knew it was destroyed. The vilification I have faced on social media is an amplified version of the ways in which women are re-victimized when they come forward."
Putting a full stop to one of Hollywood's most publicized court cases, actress Amber Heard has finally settled her defamation case against her ex-husband, Johnny Depp. Amber will pay Depp $1 million to settle their long-running legal battle in which each accused the other of domestic violence. The sum is a significant reduction from the $8.35 million she was ordered to pay after a 6-week trial in Virginia earlier this year. The payment is expected to come from her insurance carrier. So, how have the Pirates of the Caribbean star reacted to the news? Let's find out. In a statement, Depp's attorneys said that the actor would donate the money to charity. His attorneys have previously said that the case was never about the money for Depp. In her own statement, Amber Heard said she had lost faith in the American legal system. She also said that the settlement spares her the ordeal of further litigation and allows her to finally emancipate herself from their marriage. Depp originally filed a $50 million defamation claim against Amber in March 2019 after she published an op-ed in the Washington Post in which she described herself as a public figure representing domestic abuse. At the trial in Fairfax, Virginia, each actor testified for several days, revealing lurid details of drug abuse and screaming matches. Their testimony was streamed live on YouTube and remixed endlessly on TikTok and Facebook. The Justice League star alleged that Depp repeatedly assaulted her, choked her, and once raped her with a liquor bottle. She often broke down in sobs during her testimony. Depp, meanwhile, alleged that his ex-wife was the aggressor in the relationship and that he would try to retreat whenever she became violent. The couple had made audio recordings of their arguments during their marriage, and each side played clips they had selected to try to corroborate their accounts. The 7-person jury ruled in Depp's favor on 3 separate claims of defamation, awarding him $10 million in compensatory damages and $5 million in punitive damages. The latter sum was knocked down to $350,000 to comply with the statutory cap. In a small consolation to Amber, the jury also found in her favor on one of her 3 counterclaims, finding Depp liable for a statement made by his attorney in which the actress was accused of perpetrating a hoax. Depp was ordered to pay her $2 million, leaving a net judgment of $8.35 million in Depp's favor. The following month, Amber filed a notice of appeal, with her attorney citing errors made by the court. However, the Aquaman star has now agreed to withdraw her appeal. In a statement posted on Instagram announcing the decision, Amber made clear that there are no restrictions or gags with respect to my voice moving forward and blasted the U.S. legal system for turning her testimony into entertainment and social media fodder. She also compared her experience of the U.S. legal system to the U.K., where Depp sued the British tabloid The Sun in 2020 for calling him a wife-beater in an article. Amber was a chief witness for The Sun. In that case, the judge called the allegations substantially true and found in favor of The Sun. On his part, representatives for Depp said they were pleased with the outcome and emphasized that the jury's verdict still stands. "We are pleased to formally close the door on this painful chapter for Mr. Depp, who made clear throughout this process that his priority was about bringing the truth to light," said Depp's attorneys, Benjamin Chu and Camille Vasquez. The jury's unanimous decision and the resulting judgment in Mr. Depp's favor against Ms. Heard remain fully in place. The payment of $1 million, which Mr. Depp is pledging and will actually donate to charities, reinforces Ms. Heard's acknowledgement of the conclusion of the legal system's rigorous pursuit for justice. Amber first leveled her abuse allegations against Depp in 2016 in the course of her divorce from the Pirates of the Caribbean star. She later received $7 million in a settlement, and the couple agreed not to speak of the matter again, signing non-disparagement and non-disclosure agreements. In her statement, the Texas-born mother of one appeared to insinuate her fight for women's rights will continue. Part of it read, "I cannot afford to risk an impossible bill, one that is not just financial, but also psychological, physical, and emotional," Amber wrote of her decision to settle. "Women shouldn't have to face abuse or bankruptcy for speaking their truth, but unfortunately it is not uncommon." Stating that she simply cannot go through that for the 3rd time, the 36-year-old explained that she saw settling rather than going to trial again as an opportunity to emancipate herself from something she attempted to leave over 6 years ago. At the time of the U.S. trial, some of Amber's supporters questioned the competency of her legal and public relations teams. But for her appeal, she acquired new legal representation from a firm specializing in constitutional law and appeared positioned to launch a strong argument for how Depp's suit violated her right to free speech and broadly threatened survivors' free speech rights. In her appeal, Amber's new lawyers also made a case for why the trial setting in Virginia didn't make sense and actively harmed their client by prohibiting her from subpoenaing key witnesses to testify on her behalf. Depp's attorney Camille Vasquez claimed Amber's lack of witnesses during the trial showed that she was a woman who burns bridges, with even her close friends not showing up for her. Due to her recent statement, Johnny Depp fans voiced their opinion, stating that she agreed to settle her defamation case with her ex-husband as she knew she would lose the retrial. Millions of them took to Twitter to share their thoughts on it. One of them wrote, "Get it handed to her for fooling the public. She's an evil, calculated, and conniving as they come. The only reason she's stepping down is because she knows she wasn't going to win, and also, she doesn't want more heinous stuff coming out about her." Another weighed in, writing, "No, she's decided to drop the appeal because she can't afford it, plus the cost of the hookup with her insurance companies, and she's eventually listened to the fact that the likelihood of her winning an appeal was slim to nil." Amber Heard just admitted she would lose the appeal, so she is going to settle with Johnny Depp for $1 million, and her stance are like #Amber is free. These same idiots would be like it's an admission of guilt if a man settled. Another wrote, "For the past few months or so, Depp has been making surprise appearances on stage and playing alongside rocker Jeff Beck. Depp has played in multiple locations with Beck, including London's Royal Albert Hall." The actor, who earlier had his band, had admitted that music was his first love. He is also part of the band Hollywood Vampires with Alice Cooper and Joe Perry. The Oscar nominee has also voiced a cartoon puffin named Johnny Puff on an international animated series called Puffin's Impossible. Additionally, he will play King Louis XV in the French film Jean du Barry, directed by his co-star Maywen. That said, and despite officially settling the damaging case, Depp's future with the Pirates franchise still remains uncertain. During the trial, both Depp and his talent agent had testified that Amber's claims had damaged his career. The actor had claimed he lost a $22.5 million payday for being in a scrap sixth Pirates of the Caribbean movie. The movie, along with Depp's character, has been put on hold for the time being. However, his former longtime agent said that the makers decided not to include him owing to his unprofessional behavior, which included reporting late to sets, but that has never been proven. Depp is father to actress Lily Rose and son Jack, whom he shares with his ex, French singer Vanessa Paradis. During his testimony, he explained that his goal is the truth in the court case, adding that he hopes to clear the record of the allegations made against him by Amber, something he has now proudly achieved. Referring to Amber's claims, Depp said, "Since I knew there was no truth to it whatsoever, I felt it my responsibility to stand up not only for myself in that instance, but stand up for my children, who at the time were 14 and 16. As for Amber, she has 2 movies in her kitty, both of which have already been shot. She will return to play Mira in Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom, a sequel to the 2018 blockbuster Aquaman. The film stars Jason Momoa in the lead role. It is set for release in December 2023. The actress also finished work on an independent movie titled In the Fire right before the trial began in April. "That's a wrap," she wrote on Instagram in March this year, sharing a photo of herself leaping on a mountainside in her 19th century costume for the thriller. With the case now out of their lives, how soon will both screen stars grace the big screens again? We'll have to wait and see. And that's it from us today. Until next time, bye.